What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, before we go ahead and get into the topic of today's video, I do want to mention, if you guys want to see any more content besides what you see right here on my YouTube channel, I do live stream every single day besides Sundays over on my Twitch channel. The link to that channel is down in the description of this video, and we usually start around, I would say, sometimes 2:30, usually around 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. And like you see right here in front of your own eyes, this is typically what we're playing. We don't really play any more Modern Warfare 2 until Season 2 drops, but we do dabble with the old school classics, World at War, Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, all that good stuff, playing Battlefield games as well. So if you guys want to see any of that, then by all means, tune into my streams. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty positive, no matter what you play within Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, what I'm about to say right here is probably going to disappoint you all and really prove the direction that Activision has for this overall franchise. As you can see right here from Charlie Intel, he said, forcing players to buy the $70 game to unlock the new missions in the free-to-play DMZ mode seems like a dumb move. And you know what, Charlie? You're completely right here. Like I said before, this will 110% affect both sides of the Call of Duty community, DMZ, and anybody who is still hanging around for 6v6. This is going to drastically affect you as well. First and foremost, I want to talk about the DMZ side, but the 6v6 side, stay tuned. Like I said, yeah, this just points in every direction that Activision doesn't give a crap about what Call of Duty is all about. But for DMZ players, this is a little weird, to be completely honest with you, because missions are like the bread and butter of what DMZ is all about. Without missions, there's not really much reason to go in. Maybe to hunt down weapon cases, and grind some of that stuff out. But I would say the main purpose of DMZ, just like any other extraction mode, is just following the quest line. Doing all the challenges, unlocking what you get out of those challenges. Things like Escape from Tarkov. You get better prices on certain items. You can deck out your character more. The Cycle Frontier, I believe, the same deal. You upgrade through your factions. You get better prices. You get better gear. And, it was kind of similar with DMZ here, not completely, but in DMZ, you finish these faction missions and you're allowed to have your loadout weapon, which is drastically better than the AI dropped weapons that you'll find around the maps. Now, of course, you can find some different weapons, but let's be honest here. Having your own, custom weapon in a Call of Duty game is always priority number one for a lot of individuals. So, of course, as expected, what do you expect everybody to be doing? Grinding out the missions. Now, in previous games, like I just explained, Escape from Tarkov, the rough part about it is they don't really update the missions. The missions stay the same every single time the game wipes. So seeing this addition into DMZ is actually quite welcome. I like this a ton. But the fact that they are now hiding it behind a paid wall, a barrier, is, in my personal opinion, ridiculous. And I legitimately don't see any possible way that this could have any positive feedback, because I personally believe a lot of people who play DMZ are actually individuals who are coming from the outside crowd. Yes, a ton of people from Call of Duty have actually dabbled in DMZ, and I'm impressed. I'll be honest, I am impressed, because that was the last game mode I ever expected any Call of Duty fan to go ahead and try. I personally suggested it. I told everybody you should go ahead and try it. I love extraction modes, but it's honestly the last mode I thought they would enjoy. But realistically, I think a lot of people are coming from the outside and trying out DMZ, especially free-to-play players. And this is going to affect them tremendously and more than likely just push them back to exactly where they came from, any other extraction mode that they already enjoyed in the first place. Now, I guess this isn't, a breaking point. This isn't going to be like, the end of all worlds. Because again, the games that they'll go back to, or the extraction modes they'll go back to, follow pretty much the same pattern of, not resetting any quests, not changing up any quests. So it's not like it's different, but it's just the respect out of it. I don't feel nor sense any respect from Activision with this specific move here. It just seems like it's all for the money. It's just a complete scam. But not just that. Like I said a little bit earlier, this leaks to the 6v6 side of the game as well, if we're going to be completely honest here. This shows me personally that Activision does not have much confidence at all when it comes to the core Modern Warfare 2 experience, and instead of spending time and resources to improving the core 6v6 experience. They are choosing to go to other outlets, the more popular outlets, and finessing those individuals to increase their sales of the main base game. Again, these games sell all the time, every single year. When does Call of Duty not sell? A lot of people just know it for the name, and they'll gladly buy it just to play campaign. And that adds massive numbers to the overall sales or initial sales that starts off these games. But after those initial sales, the game has to thrive on. Gaming as a whole has completely evolved. We don't just release games anymore, and that's it. You buy what you get. No, companies and these publishers and these investors want to see these games, these titles, produce profit all year long. So it's not just about the beginning numbers anymore. Even though they always look fantastic, it's not just about that. It's about how is the game lasting, how is it progressing, and are people still interested, and are they interested in wanting to purchase it where it's currently at? And as we all obviously know, Modern Warfare 2 is flopping. It was a good game. It was fun to play. It's missing a ton of, core features that make a really good classic Call of Duty title. But, is it fun still? Yeah, I have fun playing it. But they just won't add freaking content to the title. And on top of that, Season 2, Charlie Intel already came out and said, don't even get excited for more than 2 maps. And on top of that, one of the rumored maps that's coming back is Museum that we already had in the game that they stripped out. So one of the 2 maps that we're getting within Season 2 will be something that we already had at the launch and that we played in the beta. That's ridiculous. So it's clear as day to me personally that people aren't buying into this game right now. And instead of them doing what they should do to make people want to legitimately buy into the game, their idea is to scam people, finesse people. And it's not even a scam or a finesse. It's just a blatant, here, literally buy this, pay for our full product and help us increase our revenue. They're not even trying to hide it whatsoever. They are directly saying that if you want challenges in DMZ, you buy the overall game. You don't get any other benefits out of DMZ from buying the overall game. You just literally, they just want you to buy it. That's it. They want to increase the sales of their game. For the love of God, it really isn't that complex. All you have to do is fix the mess that you have here. You have a solid foundation. All you have to do is just polish it up and add stuff into it, and people would buy into the experience. You wouldn't have to finesse people out of different, projects to bring them back into 6v6. They would just simply be playing 6v6. We're at a point where over half of the community doesn't even play COD anymore like we used to. COD was known for this right here. The hype trailers back in the day had nothing to do with the Battle Royale. It had to do with 6v6. That's what turned everybody up. That's what had lines going all the way down GameStop every single year for midnight releases of Call of Duty. That's what those lines were for. And some can argue campaign and stuff like that and Spec Ops or zombies, but realistically, if you talk to everybody in that line, 9 times out of 10, they're going to tell you that they're going to purchase that game so they can, grind out some multiplayer in Call of Duty. That is what COD is about. Do I have to say it again? Do we all have to say it again? Do we have to, plaster it right in front of your faces at all times so you can understand that is how you can bring success out of COD? It just seems ridiculous that they go every other direction when it's literally right in front of them. The right direction is right smack dab in front of their eyes. As clear as day, nothing covering it up. No camouflage, nothing. It's just right there. They could grab it if they want to. And they choose to go through the toughest, most harsh obstacles. They rather go through, vines and go through freaking tigers and bears and crap. They rather go through hell than actually just take the easy, open, clean path. Fix the game. That's like, they would rather finesse people out of DMZ. That's what 6v6 is boiling down to now, ladies and gentlemen. It's now basically what I consider a camo grinding simulator. There's nothing more to it. There's no other grind factor. There's no other enjoyment factor. There's nothing really there that makes me want to socialize, interact with people, have engagements, play the game. You know how sociable Call of Duty used to be back in the day? Do you know how much I was actually in private match over actual public matches? Just from finding people in public matches and becoming friends? COD was so amazing, just like how Halo was amazing, just like how a lot of those OG games were amazing. You met so many fantastic people. It almost seemed like games back then were more about the social aspect than, nowadays where it's all about the money aspect. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like button. Say hey, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, this too. We do so have a Twitter and Discord, both link down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.